Well, it looks like we've got a little bit of extra time. And one of the things I enjoy doing the most when I have some spare time, well, is reading a really good storybook. So, because we've got time for a story, well, why don't we call this segment Story Time with Mr. C? And well, have I ever got a really good book for you today.
This is a big, bright feelings book. It's called Ravi's Roar by Tom Percival. Ravi was the youngest and the smallest in his family. Everyone was bigger than him. Ravi, Anil, Jaya, Kiran. Even Biscuit the dog. Most of the time, being the smallest was great. But sometimes, just sometimes, it wasn't. One day, Ravi and his family went on a picnic. There was a race to the train. Guess who came last? Ravi. Everyone else got a comfy seat, but Ravi had to squeeze in with Dad and Biscuit. And Biscuit made a bad smell. When everyone got to the park, they played hide and seek. It was meant to be fun, but Ravi couldn't find anyone. At the playground, the monkey bars were too high. The gaps between the logs were too wide. And when Ravi wanted to go on the big slide, the man said, "Sorry, son, you're too small." Ravi got so mad that his face turned red. But then Dad said, "Come on, let's get ice cream." Everyone ran off. Guess who came last? Ravi. And then, when Ravi went to get his ice cream, there was none left. That really did it. Ravi was furious. He growled, and a stripy tail popped out from the back of his shorts. Then he sprouted 2 furry ears, sharp, pointy teeth, and stripy orange fur. Ravi had turned into a tiger. Tiger took a huge, deep breath and then roared. Ravi's brother looked a bit nervous and handed the tiger his ice cream. When the tiger went to sit down, there were no open benches, so he roared. Everybody got out of the way. It was great being a tiger. Tiger did all the things that Ravi couldn't. He swung across the monkey bars, leaped across the logs. He even slid down the big slide. Nobody dared to say no. So the tiger went wild. He roared and growled and did exactly what he wanted. Roar! But soon he found that nobody wanted to play with him. Suddenly, the tiger felt a bit sad and nowhere near as angry. In fact, he couldn't quite remember what had made him so angry in the first place. "Sorry," said the tiger in a quiet voice. And when he said that, everything felt better. "That's okay," said Dad. "Good job for saying sorry." Without even realizing, Ravi became a boy once more. It was the last time that Ravi ever turned into a tiger. Although every now and then, he did have a bit of a growl. Well, that was a really neat book. When I read that book, it makes me think of one of my core competencies, the core competency of communication. And it makes me think about a question I would ask myself. Do I use my words respectfully when I am upset? I've made a little emoji chart here. Here we have a big happy face that I would color in yellow if I felt that I could use my words respectfully when I'm upset. We're not talking about when I'm happy and everything's going great, but when I'm frustrated, when I'm upset, when I'm angry. Am I able to use calm, quiet, polite words to talk to the person that I'm upset with? If I can do that quite often, I might color in this face. But when I'm really upset, maybe I do something else, like I shut down and I don't say anything. Or maybe I stomp my feet, cross my arms, and pout. Maybe I just walk away from that person. And there's nothing wrong with doing all of those. Those are all feelings and emotions. But maybe I'm not using respectful words. Instead, I'm using body language, and maybe it's not all that respectful. I might color in this face if I do that. And if I decide to color in this neutral face here, what I'm saying about myself is that when I am upset, when I'm frustrated, when I'm angry, I don't usually calm down right away or storm off. Instead, I feel like I need to yell and shout. Some of my words might not be very kind when I yell and shout, and I find that I do that quite often. If we look at these three different areas, we're kind of looking at this wording. If we choose this big smiley face, we're saying, I get it. I can do it on my own. When I'm upset, I know that by myself I can calm myself down, use polite words, speak in a normal, quiet voice with no shouting. I can do that. If we choose this face, it says, I'm getting there. I'm beginning to be able to calm down and use polite words more and more on my own. Or if I can't, at least I'm able to not use disrespectful words. Maybe I just storm away or cross my arms or pout. And if I'm choosing this face, it's saying, I'm just getting started. And I learn best with help. I do need an adult to step in and say, calm down, stop shouting. We need to use polite words. Being angry doesn't make it better if you're saying mean words. Calm down. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no good or bad answer. You're just answering honestly for yourself. Do I use my words respectfully when I'm upset? What do I look like all the time? Just for fun, I'm going to choose a different answer today, and I'm going to say, you know what? If I'm being honest with myself, sometimes I shut down and I won't use my words. Sometimes I might storm off or pout, cross my arms. I don't yell and scream and say mean things, but I'm not quite ready to use words that are kind and respectful. Instead, I stay quiet and storm off, and I could use a little bit of help to help me use some kind words and solve my problem. So I'm going to color in this face. And because I've chosen that face, when I look down here at the options for drawing, it says, draw a picture of yourself using your words respectfully. Well, that would be if I chose that face. Or draw a picture of yourself walking away upset. That fits that one. Or draw a picture of yourself yelling at others. That would be the neutral face. I've chosen this one. So I need to draw a picture of myself here, maybe looking a bit upset. Here I've drawn my picture of me storming away, pouting, being angry, grrr, and I'm walking away from my friends because I'm upset at them. I'm not able yet to be able to just calm down and use some words like, hey, I don't like it when you do, you made me upset, or you made me angry, right? To be able to calmly talk to my friends. At the same time, I'm not shouting and yelling and calling them names, but I am walking away. So that kind of matches this face here.